morning. This is Joe from Plastic Addictions Anonymous and the Model Asylum. Plastic Addictions Anonymous, the Model Asylum. Hi, guys. Hope everybody had a good Thursday. I got a few things accomplished on the Tony Nancy, and we're gonna wait till like everybody starts to come on in here, and then we'll chat up. I'll say good morning real quick. All right, we got our good morning in, so everybody can see us. We are on Facebook Live today. All right, and today again we are working on the Tony Nancy. You guys can see the box on the top, but we've done all the instructions here. I finished up the steering wheel, as well as the pedals, as well as the parachute, and did some detailed painting. Also did the windshield, installed the engine. I did number 6. Excuse me. The only piece I did glue was this piece into place here. I started having a problem with the front end to get the front end to stay together, so I decided to go ahead and do it a little differently, but everything else comes apart, as you can see here on the deck. The only thing that's underneath here is, as you can see, is the gas tank, and that's really all there is, so we don't really need to see that anyway. Next thing is going to be the decals, and that's where we're going to start. Hang on here. My wifey is texting me 3 times. What's up? I know I'm texting, but I have to talk to my wifey. All right. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and carry on here. Soon I am going to go ahead and start. We're only going to be doing decals today. I just wanted to show everybody that everything came off before I put it all together. I also wanted to show everybody that I have this painted up. I did the seat and the roll cage around the seat so that it was painted like the box. It was black. Good morning, Mr. Keith. How are you, Jeff? Glad to see you, Bubby. I was just starting the show. I'm just slowly but surely poking in here. Today we're going to be doing the decals. I'm going to get this out of the way. Like, subscribe, share, follow, and hit that notification button so you guys know when I am on or I upload to one of our platforms. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to go with what they say here to put the decals on, so I'm just going to follow along with these guys here. So, I finished up the kit last night. I had some time. Like I said, my wife came home a little earlier, or a little later than usual, and she ate dinner and she went to bed shortly thereafter. So I came out and did a whole bunch of work late last night, just to try to get her done, so we can start the Monday. We can start the excuse me, the Roadster. This is the dragster version of the number 22, the Revel number 22 Junior dual kit. I'm glad, brother. I'm glad you can hear me okay. I'm assuming. I don't want to assume. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. How about that? I'm going to go ahead and put the body back on so I can start doing the decals. Body's a little tricky to get on, kind of, just due to the fact that everything is so snug and everything fits so nicely. So I just kind of pick it up and slide it into place slowly but surely, moving it around. There's a pin in the front of each one of these. There we go. Okay, that went down perfectly. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Just making sure. All right, so we got the transmission cover in. Let's go ahead and put the rest of the body on. It should go right in perfectly. As you can see, I also did the parachute. Gotta stop her when she gets on the roll. All right, so we're gonna have to finagle this thing back down again so that it sits right the way it's supposed to, and I should hear it just sit down into place easily. There we go. All right, got her. Nope, front didn't go down. Why are you not going down, Mr. Front? Okay, there we go. Now we're cruising. Now we're cruising. Okay, there we go. Push that back down a bit and that down a bit. You got to be careful pushing down on this body stuff, especially when you got the front end hooked up already. I did the front end. I hooked up the steering mechanisms. I hooked up the steering arm. I hooked up the pinion arms up front. We did the blah, 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 cross member for the front end. All the little brackets are put into place. I also touched everything up. What else did we do? Also noticed on the bottom of this kit says 1963 on the bottom of it, guys. Good morning, Joseph. How are you? I'm doing fine. I hope everybody had a great Thursday. I did a bunch of small things yesterday while I was able to get some things done while I was kind of alone and it was late. All right, so I'm having a problem getting this body part on over here again. Okay, there we go, got it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue on with the. Oh, when did that happen? La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, because the body pushed on it. Okay. Okay, we can do that. There we go. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start there. They're using numbers 10, 14, 9, 13, and 11 are the decals that they're putting on this side, which I'm assuming coincide to the other side as well. So I need my magnifying glass for this. It came out really nice, though. I'm very happy with it. I was debating on whether to paint the chute red or not, but it's not red on the box, so I didn't do it. I did try to match it to the box as much as possible. I do not believe I did anything other than I painted a little bit of black, grayish black on the bottom of the pipes, make it look like they were kind of being used. I sanded down the tires. What else did I do on this one specifically? I got the connectors and all the connectings in on the front end and the steering column, both of the pedals. Oh, and the transmission wall that holds the transmission and engine into place. I got that into place last night as well. So I was a busy little beaver kind of last night. All right, so let's go ahead and start cutting out decals. So I said I need number 14, 2 of them, which are right there, okay? And it looks like number 12s, which are the 2 Plymouths right below it. Okay, so we're just going to cut this whole square out here. And then there's number 8 there, I think it is, right? Number 9. 8 and 9 for the other side, so that's what we're going to do, those two. Okay, so these are number 12s and number 14s that I'm taking out now. Okay. All right, so we'll do these two first because they go right here just below the driver and then right here on this midge right here. So we're going to cut them up so they can get them on individually. All right, so we know what's what. So did everybody have a good day yesterday? My doctor appointment went outstanding. The only thing, again, we found out we already know about the carpal tunnel and the Mara-Parler tunnel or some crap like that in my elbows. And we didn't know that it was on the left side. We thought it was only on the right. So, but we found all that out last month. So there was nothing new, no new no new diagnosis or anything like that. It was just a visit to get my meds and make sure he knew I was alive and that I still had money in the bank to give him, I guess is the way you could look at it. But I see him once a month. So we can't miss the junior, 22 junior on that. So I got one out. So we're going to go ahead and drop it. I got the water and everything ready. So we're going to drop both of these on this side. And we're going to use number 8 on this side and number 9 on the other. So let's find that one. Use the magnifying glass so you can see, dummy. 5, 6, 7. 8 is this one. So it's 8 and 9 also. So we know that there's another set that goes on the other side. Yep, there's 8 and 9 right there. And the other number 22, the white one, will go on the red Roadster. So, and I will be painting that red. So before we get started next Monday on the Roadster, I will be painting it red. Hopefully it'll be dry enough to work on. Well, we have to work on the chassis anyway, so it's not gonna bother me. And number 10 is this one right here. Oh, you guys can't see that crap. You guys see that? This one right here. Yep. So that's what we're doing. Try to make you guys be able to see it. So I want to keep the number on it, so I'm going to do that. They're individual. Oh, sorry to hear it was just okay, Sir Joseph. Like I said, I actually got a lot done on this thing last night because I had some time when my wife came home and went to bed. So I stayed up for a couple hours and just kind of did work on this. And like I said, the front end gave me a bit of a problem, so I went ahead and glued the front on. And the only thing that's underneath there is the fuel tank there again. And I didn't run any gas lines or nothing, so it's no big deal. On this one, we'll see how the dragster goes, or the roadster goes. Maybe I'll run some lines on that. I got to figure out a place to put this thing, so I'm going to put it on the bottom, guys. It's the information and the kit number and the Revel stuff. So let's see. We should be able to take number 22 out now. Get it down in the water a second. I'm going to go ahead and put some water on the 2 spots that I'm going to do first, 3 spots rather. All right, so I'm going to throw this one in as well. Let that keep going. All right, let's see if we're ready to drop any decals. What do I need? I need my little doohickey here. Let's see what we got. I usually use warm water, but today I'm using cold. Let's see how well that goes. Doesn't appear that it's doing it as fast. Usually, oh, there it is. I just stick it on there from off my finger. And I'm going to have to use my light on these things, guys. So hang on to your eyeballs. So I want to look like the car, so I want to put it to right there is where it actually goes. It shows. Just bring it down and straighten it out. Is it high or low? It's a little high. All right, I got that one on, peoples. Let's get the front one on. It says Plymouth Super. Hold on, Super Stock, I think is what it says. Let's get it on. I'll tell you what it says. All right, so it goes down here on the side, guys. It looks like right on the edge here is where I would say you should put it. Bring it back enough to get that whole Plymouth word down below. I'm just going to put the Plymouth word just below the body line for the hood. That's where I'm going to put this one. Let's see. That's what it looks like they've got it, and it comes back further from behind the tire. So we'll bring it all the way back from behind the tire. That looks more like it. I need to get a real close look at the box because I want to see how they do actually have it on there. So it is on the bend right there where it's supposed to be. Okay, so I got that right where it's supposed to go. I'm going to put this over here so I can see it, guys. Oh, got my instructions right. Dang it. All right. Oh, yeah, I know that, man. Believe me, I know. It rained like crap here last night for a while. And I can feel them coming in a mile away. I mean, really, miles away, I know they're coming. And then when the cold comes right after whatever we want to call fall or whatever, down here there's not really a fall. We don't get any leaf changing or nothing. It's all brown. I usually feel that coming in too, Joseph. Believe me, I feel you. I'm there with you, brother. That I'm definitely there with you on. All right, let's get the Tony Nancy one that goes in the center on it. So it looks like it's going to smoothly come right out for me. Come right off for me. Yep. All right. Let's see. How do they have it facing? They have the Tony Nancy icons going forward like so, and it's sitting closer to the engine than it is the backside. Okay, so we're getting there. This thing's going to be pretty nice when I'm done. I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out with me while I do the building. It's awesome to have friends to come and hang with when you build. All right. I'm a believer of that being where it's supposed to be. All right, what else do we have on this side? We have the thing at the bottom down here, which are these, if I'm not mistaken. There should be 2 of these as well, correct. All right, so now we know that we put this, and this on the other side. All right. Gotcha. All right, let's get that one out. So this one will be complete. We'll start the dragster, or we'll start the Roadster on Monday, guys. Like I said, I want to paint the body so that it's red. And we'll start that on Monday. I figure we do the decals. I do a short show today. It's Friday. The weekend banner and everything is already up on both groups. Also, theme for the day should be up on both groups. Plastic Addictions Anonymous and the Model Asylum. By now, you guys should have already seen what platforms we're on and know where we're at, so you guys can find us. That's about it. I'll be doing some new videos for the group builds probably this weekend and putting them out before Monday. Monday morning will be on time. Hopefully nothing comes up and prevents me from doing so. I do best I can to get out there every day, guys. When I can, I do. When I can't, it's just impossible to be in 3 places or 4 places at once. There's some decals on here that I don't see actually on the kit. Oh, yes, I do. I see it. I see it. That one goes there on the nose. right? What is that? That says AMA, and that says, holy cow, Cal Automotive, or Al Automotive. Oh, it's a messed up decal, though. The decal's not too great. And that one says AMR, I think it looks like. That one says Auto Upholstery by Showcase Onla, California, it looks like it says. All right, so we can always put that on there as well, but I'm gonna put the nose sticker, do a nose decal on there too as well. This is the only one that looks like a nose decal, and they're not showing me the full nose of it, so I'm just going to assume that that's the nose decal. Assuming is not a very smart thing sometimes, and I don't see where they're putting these either, so I will have to find that out. I don't see them on the box anywhere. Now they may be over here. Here we go. This has got different ones on it here than it does on the front, so it will go on the Roadster is where it's going to go. So these decals are going to go on the Roadster, most of those. All right, I think we got everything that's going to be on this side and that side. So that, and then this one's done, guys. We can put it up on the shelf. I need to come up with a trailer for it. I need to build a trailer for it. I think I'm going to scratch build one. But as you can see, it's starting to look really nice, guys. Let me turn the slide off now so you guys can check it out. And I'll put it back on in a second. But there you go, guys. We've got the Tony Nancy number 22 Junior. It came out really sharp, guys. I'm really loving it. I want to say thank you to Dave Mopar for sending me the kit. I appreciate it, buddy. I enjoyed building. You know me, I'll build anything that's plastic. Pretty much anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and finish off. I didn't brush my... All right, I got to get the... I am looking at the directions. They're right here. Again, the numbers that I pulled out are the numbers we're supposed to be using, and that's all I'm using. Oops, easy does buckwheat. Yeah, that side of the thing doesn't seem to want to stay put for some reason. I'll figure it out in a minute after all these dry later. All right. All right, so now I got to check to make sure that that looks like it's supposed to be. All right. I'm shaky today, guys. There we go. Okay, that one's good and in. So now we're going to do the one that goes down here behind the wheel, just shows right here on the box down here behind the wheel, just below the numbers. So that's what we're going to do, right in front of the tire, just below the numbers. So that's where that one will go. Let me get a little bit of water on there too as well. Probably still got some on there, but we want to make sure it's nice and moist. All right, so let's put this one on. But Jeff, thanks for the hit. Okay, cool. I saw them. Yes, I saw everybody's stuff this morning, I think. Unless you did it after I was already in and looked at them. I appreciate everybody posting for that because that kind of gives us more builds to choose from to put up on our banner. I love seeing your guys' stuff on our banner. So keep posting, guys, and I'll keep putting them out there. All right, so that's going to go like right there. Is that just below the numbers, just behind the back tire is where they have it here. Oh, man, I am totally wrong. Duh. Guess what, guys? Doesn't go into the numbers. I'm a dum-dum, you know. Goes in front. Sheesh. Now we're cruising. Okay, that's better. That looks more like it. Okay, I can do that. Come on, you bozer. All right, we're in like Flint, so there's that one. Okay, so we're there. All right, let's get the nose plug out and put it on. This one's going in. All right, so we're going to put them all in. Just go ahead and finish up this other side, and we can call this one complete and put her up on the done shelf. I'm going to take some pictures after a while of her, and I'll post it later. That's going to go to the Dragster. I'm sorry, the Roadster. All right. Let's see what else. Breakfast will be done sometime Monday through Friday, once a week. So you guys keep an eye on that. Things will change. The new meta of the week will change. The names will definitely change, so be aware of that. I will be tagging others. If you haven't been tagged in a while, be aware your number's probably coming up. So get ready. I'll also be doing our games this weekend, model games, as you know. I try to do some, as much as I can. See who does it. So we're good. Everything is moving right along. I don't have a lot of chores to do today or a lot of outside work to do today because it is supposed to be bare hot until it rains later, and then it's going to be even hotter. Unbearably hot as far as I'm concerned. So I will not be going out much today. My middle son is actually picking up my younger son today from school, so I don't even have to do that. Ha 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 ha. So I get to rest and hang around and watch my Fire Stick. That'll be a first in a very long time. So I just laid around and did nothing all day long. But an old guy like me deserves a break now and then. Yes, sir. That is correct. When all else fails, that's correct. Punt. All right. So now I'm trying to figure out how far down, which it looks like it's like right here. That looks like a radio tower, man. I swear to God, that looks like a radio tower. Let's see what the hell it says. Sheldon something. Oh, I like it right there. Oh, there went box art. There went box art. I just found a decal that I like somewhere else. I bet you it goes. No. Let me look at the instructions here for the other one. All right, and next week they start out with the engine as usual. We'll build it we'll try to get the whole engine built, and then I will paint it up and detail it like I did this one once we're all done. I'm just trying to find the decal placement for this one, see what they use, where they use it at. All right, so that one, that one, that one. Okay, I know where all that goes. Okay. Okay, this one does go to the, time to put it back. It goes to the Roadster. I'm a dum-dum. Anybody ever have to do that? Building two kits in one and take a decal and put it on the wrong kit? Come on, you guys know you've done it. Well, I have just now. There we go. All right. Now let that go dry over there. So now I got to find out whatever it is that they're putting up front here for the dragster. Because there is something up front. And it shows that it's number 11. All right, so let's find number 11, guys. Number 11. Okay. And that's number 11. And that is number 11. So that goes on the hood, guys. And it's a, oh, it's a seahorse. Okay, that's cool. So we'll put that on. We'll put this back over here and let it dry up so it doesn't get hurt. And then I'll replace that with that one next when the build's done. Okay, so we're gonna, whoop, wrong way. All right, so I know that the rest of all this goes to the dragster, or roadster. I keep saying dragster. What'd I say? All right. Nope, never did that. Oh well. There's a first time for everything. Don't say never. I know you didn't. I did. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in. I know yesterday was a bummer when I didn't do a show, but I'm sorry. I had doctor's appointments. I had to get my meds, and like I said, let him know that I still had money in my wallet to pay him. Well, money in my account, anyways. I didn't pay him by cash. Gave him a check. Usually takes him 2 weeks to cash the dang thing too. So kind of hard when doctors do that. You know that, right? They compile all their money for a week or two, and then they go ahead and put it in the bank or deposit it or whatever. Then it comes out of your account. Well, what happens if you didn't realize that you had that still out there 2 weeks ago? You get screwed by the bank for $35. All right, so we're good. I'm liking it very much so. I'm going to turn this tire around to show a little bit more of the meat that I did. All right. So this is coming really good. I didn't tag anybody today. Like I tag a few people here and there. But I didn't tag anybody today, so I don't know how much of a turnout we'll have today, guys. But like I said, I'm just doing decals today and kind of playing around with the kit. Trying to make it as close to box art as possible on this one, guys. If this thing turns out to be most 99% box art, it'll be the closest I've came yet. Because I'm telling you, I think this whole thing. Well, I guess except for some of the colors that they requested that I use, I didn't use. I guess I can't call it box art, box top build. So. Almost box top build. That's what I'll call it. An almost box top build. All right. So put your little seahorse down in the center. That's where it goes. See, I need better glasses. I need one of the big lights with the big gigantic magnifying glasses on them. That's what I need to do. Tell my wife I want one of those for Christmas or my birthday, which are in the same month, so it doesn't matter which one. So just trying to get it to us. How close is it? It looks like it's coming way down here, guys. To show that point. All right, there we go. And there's that one. All right, let's do the number 22 that we just got set for. Do the same thing here. I am still here. I'm only using what they're calling for on this kit, so I just think it's cool too, especially if it's called for it and it looks like I'm going to get it as close to box as possible, especially with the decals and stuff. Sometimes I do. I don't put decals on. I got a bunch of them up here that I didn't put any decals on. I don't think there's any decals on my black Camaro. There's none on any one of my Corvettes. None of my Vets have any decals on it. None of my 57s or 55s, except for maybe license plate things. My 69 Chevelle doesn't. I think that's a Super B. It doesn't have any decals on it. But pretty much, my Bronco doesn't have any decals on it. So I don't do decals all the time. Just when I think it's necessary for the build to show a little bit more on the build. Which way did I do that? Which way did I do that? I did it down bottom. That's exactly right. I'm just trying to place them correctly. All right. We got 2 more to go. 1 more to go, actually, guys. And this build is 100% complete. All right, let's try to get this one out without it flopping all over the place like it's been like the last kit that I did. All right, there we go. I'm just going to go ahead, oops. And drop it on the pair and bring it up into place. And eventually I will, I thought I was going to cut it, I'm not. I have to get the very small point up in front here because it's going right up underneath the, so let's see, where's it at? Just so it's up like that. So it is up a bit on the side. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring it up like the other side so that you can see the word Plymouth. And does it go all the way back? Hey, get over there. What are you doing? Damn it, I just fixed you this morning. All right, guys. I think that's it for the decals. I think we're done. Let them dry up, keep them into place. Just making sure everything's closed up like it's supposed to. All right, let's call this one DOA, dead on arrival, done on arrival. How about that? And I wanted to put this on. Let me do that. I think this is all individual though. That's going to be a pain in the butt. I need my light, guys. What'd I do with it? I want it to be all one full decal, but I don't think it is. I think it's all individual lettering, which are going to really mess up when I pull it off, and it is. I'm trying to see if I can see the. No. I don't think it's going to go on there, guys. And this is a 2012 kit, so if anybody wants to know. Oh, I was talking earlier about what I noticed here guys, on the bottom of this build right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there, that line right there, below, just below the engine, says that this is a 1963 original, made in the USA by Revelcomp, 1963. Then it says USA. So I guess this was your first initially jumped up in 1963. That or they're just saying that's when they came out into business. So, all right, guys, I think we're done with this. I do believe we created another awesome build. I thank you very much for watching the build. This video will be out on the YouTube by the weekend, as well as the week's videos that I recorded. Also, I have a couple of new videos out there on YouTube for you guys to check out that I've already done. I did an unboxing of the fire truck. It's out there, the custom pumper from AMT. That is out there. Now I'm trying to debate, am I going to trim this up some more? I want to put it, sometimes I like to try to put, especially when I don't think I'll remember exactly what it is. Maybe I'll do that later. Put it up, just put a little glue on the back of it and glue it across the bottom or something. But that's it, guys. We did it. You guys got to watch. The only oops that I have. Yeah. I agree. Pinstriping on curved surfaces are really a pain in the butt. I agree with you fully. Point in fact, my hideout truck from Tyrone Malone, those decals on that were, oh my goodness, I spent like 3 hours on those decals, guys, at least, trying to get those straight lines and to make sure the whole thing was all pinstriped all out. I did it a little differently than the box, but they all, every line on that thing pretty much had a decal that went on it. So I, of course, put a decal on it. All right, so now, guys, we're doing the Roadster. And again, I am going to probably in the near future, now that I have this built and don't really have a place to put it properly or safely for a long period of time, I am going to have to build a trailer for it and put it on the back of one of my other things. I was debating on if I should put it on my 55 Ford or my 27 Ford and put it on a trailer. I don't know which one I'm going to do that yet. Or maybe even the 60 Chevy that we just did. Maybe I'll put that on there with the go-kart. I don't know. But I'm going to build a scratch trailer eventually. When I get back in, probably when I get back into scratch building the camper is probably when I'll start doing that. Because I used the scrap for building the camper for that, because I don't want to run out of scrap for the camper, because I want to put doors on it and windows on it. And my wife mentioned something about a sunroof or something, or a moonroof or whatever. So I'll probably end up doing that. I need to leave that there. All right. So I bagged up all of the. Oh, there's a steering wheel right there. Okay. Thought I cleaned all that sprue off last night. I must have been too tired. All right, so that sprue is definitely empty. There's nothing on that sprue piece, and there's nothing on this sprue piece. These are the two sprue pieces, oops, dang it, that I used on this kit. So they can go now, because I know they're empty. And I'm going to go ahead and get the steering wheel off of this one. And this steering wheel is totally different. So I'm getting the steering wheel off of this one. I'm going to put it in a little box that I have in here. Keep that because I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah, exactly. And I don't use anything like decal solvents or anything of that nature, or decal settings or any fitting or anything like that. And that even makes it even harder, because trying to get it to literally stay in the little seam to make it look right, all the way down the side of the truck was a pain in the butt. My eyes killed me for hours afterwards trying to do those. I mean, because I built the bandage first, and I did all the pinstriping on that as well. So it was a pain in the butt. And then I got into the hideout, and it was like I looked at the decal sheet and I was like, man, they're trying to kill me here. I mean, there was so many decals to put on that thing that just went to make it look like the kit. But I enjoyed the crap out of building it. I really enjoy building anything, really, guys. I mean, it's just the fun of the build. And like I said, I know I don't build like everybody else, and I know there's a lot of people out there a heck of a lot better than I am. But guess what? I loves my plastic, and since my wife got me back into it, it's fair game. I don't have to fight the wife to have her support it, because she's the one that started it all back up, and she knows that. I blame her almost every day. Tell her it's all her fault that this is happening. But she gets a kick out of that. Is it me? It is me. Never mind. You all don't want to know what I was thinking. Please don't. Okay, so again, this should all be nothing but the dragster. Roadster. We just did the dragster. I got to get that in my head. Got to get that in my head. Got to get that in my head. All right, so decals are the only thing left in the box there. So I'm going to unbag everything so that Monday. Okay, so you guys can see we have everything, the same thing, just different shapes and different components. There's your engine parts here. There's your really long steering arm, your rims and wheels. There's your wheels. There's your fuel tank is round on this one instead of square like it was on the other one. Not quite so sure what that is. It almost looks like a very tiny seat, and that is exactly what it looks like. But we shall see. Here are the front stabilizers, the front end cross member, the pipes, and the little pieces that go to hook up the front end, which is a pain in my Rumpelstiltskin. And 4 rubber tires, which I'm going to also make it look like I'm sanding them. I'm going to go ahead and sand them down. I can't paint stripes for nothing, Jeff, man. There's no way I can paint stripes. I can't do that. My hands shake way too much. It literally would look like I was drunk putting on street lines. Okay, so we know that we're going to do the engine first. So this weekend I'll pull all the engine parts off and have them ready to build. I won't start building until Monday with you guys, so we can build to get most of it together here again, as I said on the show. Like I said, I love building on the show because if you guys have built it, maybe I get to see your version, and if you haven't built it, well, now you know what it takes to build it. But again, I enjoyed the build, and I thank you, Dave Mopar, for the build. It's awesome. We are going to finish both of these before I move on to the next thing. I do believe the next one I am going to jump onto, though, is either going to be the police car, or it's going to be the Ford F-150 or the police car here. I'm not exactly sure which one I'm going to jump onto next, but it's going to be one of those. And then we'll be jumping onto the Airfix 1918 airplane I got from Domingo, and the other Camaro that I got from Dave. And then we'll be on to the fire truck, or maybe I'll switch off and go ahead and go back to the scratch build of the camper. We'll see what happens on that. I'm not quite so sure. You really have to be in the mood for that because that's going to be a lot of scratch build. I have everything pretty much ready to rock and roll. I still have to sand down strip down the cab and the sleeper and everything, or the cab because there's not any sleeper, and paint it all back up too. And I'm not sure exactly what color I'm painting the whole entire thing. I want to do something like a candy purple or something, or what was it, cotton candy purple, as somebody said to me the other day, or something would be cool. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but maybe I can mix something up because I did bring my spray booth in. This looks basic, same thing, same basic parts, so it should be not a big deal. I may do it a little different this time. I may go ahead and paint stuff prior to putting it together, although I do like putting things together and kind of sanding down the mold lines and stuff and glue lines and stuff like that, and then overpainting it because then it looks a little bit more sharper and a little bit more crisp on the detailing. So, all right, guys, what are we gonna do now? We don't have enough time. I don't really have enough time to start doing any major buildings in 20 minutes. But I guess we can move this off to the side, and I can start bringing out parts for next week. I got me a little bag in here somewhere. I know I do. I can just put the engine parts in. Yeah, that should hold the engine parts. So we'll pull the engine parts off for now. Let's see what we got. All right. So we know we're going to need that. 103 and 102 are going to be these. Okay, so these are 103 and 102. 3, 102. Looks like both of these. This. That looks like and it is. Right. Like I said, I'm just going to try to drop any and all of the engine parts. So we're ready to go on Monday. All right. There's the other things that it was showing me that I needed. So let's see, we need this, which is number 109. And this one here is number 108. There's the belts. I know that's part of the engine for sure. That's staying, that's staying. There's the 2 bell housing it's telling me that I need to have here. Okay, and those are part of the engine up there as well, I know that. And I'm going to pop this little piece of sprue off because it's a cool little cross, man. That would go pretty cool as a tea tree on something or something. So I pulled a little crap like that off. All right, so now this is going to fall off, so I'm going to go ahead and separate the 2 pieces. Be easier to paint and handle anyway. Okay, so now I know that doesn't have any more engine parts on it. That one doesn't have any more engine parts on it. That's front end. That's pedal. That looks like steering. All right, so far this is what we got. Let's go to the chrome. And we know we got some chrome parts on here for it. All right, so none of that, none of that. The only thing here on this side is the exhaust. So let's go ahead and what I do with it is let's go ahead and pop those off. And I'm just going to put it in this bag, and on Monday we'll pull it out and we'll start building on it. So know that Monday morning we'll be doing that, and we'll finish it off like we did this week. And I even kind of took a day off the show, but I did get some done because I didn't want to be lagging behind because I got other things that I know you guys want to see me build. So I want to start on that fire truck, and that's something I have to order the paint for, and I think I'm going to do it with just fire engine, just standard fire engine red. I think my other one was hot pepper red is what I used just to give it a little bit more of a look. But I don't think I'm going to go that route this time. I think I am going to go ahead and do fire engine red. That sounds more of a bet. Or I was thinking about the Independence yellow. That I was thinking too. They have a thing called Independence yellow on there, I think, on the side. Okay, so I know that's all rear end stuff. I'm sorry, that's all front end stuff. That's front end, that's front end, that's front end. Those, I don't know what they all have to figure them out. That's front end. Those are front end. Okay, so that's all front end on that one. All right, on this one are all the engine parts where you're going to need the engine parts. Here is your intake blower. Here is your parts to such blower. Now it looks like it'll pop right out. I see it does. See, that's what I'm saying. It looks like it did look like it would pop right out. All right, so we're going to pop this one out as well. There is your valve covers. Pretty sure we got everything pretty much going down the road here, guys. There we go. All right, I've got to be very careful of that steering arm that's right there. Okay, where's this one? What is this one? This one is... Okay, so I need 114. All right, so I think we got everything we need for the engine, gentlemen. I do see a couple of smaller parts that I did not see as of yet. There is that one. Okay, all right, that's all the engine parts right there, I think, guys. Oh, nope, see, look, spoke too soon. Found you. All right, so that's those. Now I'll go ahead and clean them up today is what I'll do. That looks like that piece right there, so let's see. That doesn't say it's chrome. That says it's chrome. That says it's chrome. That says it's chrome. That says it's chrome. That's chrome. Those are chrome. So those are not chrome. So those are here somewhere as well. So we need to find that. Okay. Ta 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 ta. Ta 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 ta. And there it is right there. That is the last piece I think that we were missing. We should have everything now. It does appear that we should. So I don't believe there's anything left on that sprue, but I'm not getting rid of it till I'm sure of it. Looks like it's me and you guys, or me and you, Jeff. Who's still here? Jeff or Joseph? Which one of you guys are still here? Or both of you? Because it only shows one, guys. And that could be just me. All right. So that's it, guys. We are ready for the engine. Just making sure I didn't miss any engine parts. No, that's steering. That's steering. That's firewall. Chassis. All right, it looks like we have everything out. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this off of here. Try not to hurt me. There we go. As well as this one, so it goes down inside the bag better. There we go. All right. right, so now we got this goes down inside the bag better. We'll be rocking and rolling. Is this gonna fit in the bag still? Wrong bag, Dopey. Okay. That says monogram on it, but I really don't care. Thank you, Joseph. And like I said, it's hard. I look up and I see one or two eyeballs up on me, and it says that there's one or two people in there, but I still got to ask, is it me that they're counting as one? All right, so we are definitely ready. The engine's going to go into this bag. That'll take the tires back. Engine in this one. So that Monday we can start that. I'll start cleaning them up this weekend. I won't assemble it. I'll just clean them up. If I start anything, it'll probably be the Camaro this weekend. I'm really itching to get into that because I'm not painting it either. I'm just leaving it orange. I'm thinking about chroming it, or not chroming it. I'm clearing it though. So we'll see how that turns out. All right, so there's the engine. We know that's going to be for Monday. Will those parts fit in there? I don't think they will, so we won't. So I'm just going to stick it on the side over here in with the chrome so that it stays all nice and wrapped up. And I'll put the rest of the stuff back in the box. We got kitty cats, and thank you guys for jumping in on my little pet mascot thing, model mascot thing. That was pretty cool to seeing everybody's pets. It was just something for a little bit different for the day. Those of you who chimed in was very cool. I appreciate you. Some people like to chime in and do stuff like that. Some people don't. So just be aware if you guys ever don't want me to put you in something or put you on something, all you got to do is PM me, private message me, and I will take care of and not make any not put your name in anything or your kids in anything. I haven't gotten any real problems except for a couple of people here and there. Once when I first started and one recently, so I'm going to carry on with them. That looks like a fuel tank lid to me. That looks like a fuel tank lid to something to me. So we're going to put that in the little tiny parts box. Oh, that's why I couldn't find those pieces, because they're in here. Ooh. Okay, so that takes care of that. There's another one. So we know we got all the parts together. And on Monday morning, I will have it all cleaned up and ready to go. I'll probably even clean up the tires and we can build those because I know those need to sit for a while. Now I know that. I had to let the tires on this one sit overnight once I built them because even though I sanded it, the two plastics were actually molding together. It still kept coming apart every time I shoved the tire on it. So I wanted that to stop, so I went ahead and opened them back up, sand them back down some more, got all the old glue off, and put some new soup glue, and it worked out perfectly. So, but all right, guys, I appreciate it. I'm out of here. Everybody have an amazing weekend. I will be popping in and out and lurking the groups as well as the channels and any of the other things that I have out there. You'll see me pop in and out for TikTok. You'll see me pop in and out for YouTube. I'll be around to this weekend. Don't think we have very much planned. It is our anniversary, 35th anniversary weekend. Oh, so it may not be Monday. It may be Tuesday. I don't know what my wife has planned for Monday. If she goes to work, it'll be a normal day, and I will be on. But if she stays home, we'll probably got plans to go to breakfast and dinner. So I can come on tomorrow. She's going to see my mother-in-law tomorrow for a few hours and hang out with her. So I'll have time with nobody here other than my middle son. And most of my kids will be asleep at that, in the morning at that time. So it'll be easy to pop on with you guys. I just don't want you guys to have to deal with the, sound and everything goes on in the house, the background. Having three grown boys in the house, it does get kind of loud at times, talking and hanging out and laughing and just BSing. I am trimming this as close as I can because I do want to put it to the bottom of it when I can. I don't know why. Something just struck me the urge to do so. Don't ask me why. I should probably just print out Dave Mopar's business logo and stick it on the bottom as well. Because that's where I got it from. Got it from my friend Dave. And again, guys, I never asked anybody for anything except for I did ask one thing from Domingo, which is to send me a couple planes because I hadn't done them in so long. I've never done a tank either, but I'm not asking anybody for one. I'll get one eventually. I felt funny asking one of the members for a kit, so I decided I wouldn't do that no more. So if you guys want to send me something, that's awesome, cool. I appreciate it. Donations to the YouTube channel and to the adventure is always welcome, but I'm not gonna, and if you guys Want to keep coming out? You guys keep watching me. I'll be going on. I put myself out there. All right, guys, that's it. Well, thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We've been together 38 years to be exact. We've been married 35 as of the 20th. Shoot, man, I was 21 and she was 18 when we got married. We bought this house. It was about a year after we got married, so I was almost 22 years old when we bought this house. That's how long we've been in this house, and all three of my boys were raised here. And we're getting ready sometime in the next year to sell this puppy out and get out of Florida. I want to go to Tennessee. I want to go to the mountains. I want a nice view from my hobby room and from my build room, my studio, whatever you want to call it. And I plan on decking it all out and ready for YouTube and any other video type stuff that I want to do. I'm going to get one of the recording lamps that they have out nowadays that helps the view and makes it a little bit brighter. So I'll be setting all kinds of stuff up there too. I'm also going to be soundproofing the room that the show is in, so we don't have to worry about any outside stuff other than maybe some birds chirping and animals crossing over. I don't want to really have any neighbors as well. 5 acres would be fine. I'd like to be right in the middle of that 5 acres, right in one back corner where nobody else is going to build a house or something, so I can have one way in and one way out and sit back on my back porch and go into my hot tub if I want to with my wife, or just hang out in the yard. I mean, I don't drink, but we do plan on having friends over and checking it out and having parties and stuff. But I'll drink Pepsi. I don't care who drinks. Doesn't bother me none. So, but I'm gonna go, guys. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Go check out my brother Dave at Damn Auto Paint and Body. Go give me a yell. Tell him I sent you. You saw it here on Facebook, or you saw it on YouTube or TikTok or something. Give him a yell out. He'll give you a discount. This is for all you guys out there on YouTube. Joseph, I know you've heard this 100,000 times, brother, but I still promise to do it. So, as does it. Everybody have a great day. Joseph, Beb, I'll yell at you later on. I will tag you this weekend if you're available and around. You can come on in, and we'll do some more building. I am going to do my best to do so, brother. You do the same, and you be safe, my friend. I'm out of here. Everybody have a good day, guys. All right, YouTube. We are on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Come check us out on any of those 5 platforms. Also, give my buddy Dam Paint, Body, and Detailing a shout out if you want. His information will be in the description once it hits YouTube. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for coming in and watching, and I'll check you guys later.